Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the podcast.
Hi,
It is your hosts, Kevin and...
Marlena.
Nice. We planned that one. All right, Marlena, what do we have today?
Okay, so I kind of trailed off on my searches. I don't know how I found this, but I came across what was trending on Google in 2021. Figured it's pretty early in 2020. Why not figure out what was the most Googled conversations?
Sure, let's hear it.
I thought they were kind of interesting, and it could bring like a flashback as to a reminder of what we were talking about back then too. Okay, so there was like the top 10 lists of different topics. So I have the top 5 actors in 2021 Googled. Can you have a guess?
I would have no idea.
Alec Baldwin was the number 1.
Yikes, is it too soon?
And I feel like that pretty much was towards the end of 2021, and it was the most Googled. It was a tragic situation. It reminds me, I'm sure it reminds a lot of people of the, I think it's Bruce Lee. Yeah, I think it's Bruce Lee. And his son, Brandon Lee.
Mm-hmm.
And, I don't know if you heard that story. Do you recall that story?
I did not. I haven't heard about this.
Well, basically, Bruce Lee's son, Brandon Lee, he was basically doing the same thing that he was, martial artist, actor.
Right.
So Brandon Lee, at least I'm pretty sure if I got the name right. Sorry if I have the name wrong, but he was filming a movie and he got shot with a gun on set and died on set.
Oh, wow.
So similar situation, but
Some parallels.
So, and from what I could remember, in Brandon Lee's situation, on the set, they ran out of blanks for the gun on set to use when filming, and they had to use real bullets. But they didn't use like the physical bullets, but basically their job was to remove the gunpowder of each bullet that they were going to use.
Oh, no.
And like fill it with, I don't know what makes blanks. I don't know. But
that just sounds like a bad idea.
Well, apparently there was one that was missed.
Yeah.
And that was the one that shot him when filming, and he died on set. So.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, boss. I forgot that one. My bad.
And I'm pretty sure Bruce Lee had some kind of tragic death too. So it was like kind of like tragedy on tragedy. The father and son died. But yeah, the Alec Baldwin situation reminded me of the same thing. I don't know the circumstances.
How do you not just go get more blanks? Why take the chance? How are they able to get real bullets and not blanks? Somebody had to go buy them. The store they went to didn't have blanks, so they went to get, or they just bought bullets instead. And they're like, yeah, well, I guess we can make our own.
I assume it was like a last minute decision. Like, fuck, like we ran out of blanks. We're going to start shooting, and we need fucking bullets for the gun. So let's figure out what we need to do. I don't know the exact situation that, that happened, but I think it was something of that effect.
Well, guys,
it was like a last minute decision or something.
If you ever run out of blanks, don't just make your own. Just buy some blanks, Postpone it. Take the day off.
I'm assuming I haven't read into the Alec Baldwin situation as to what exactly happened, but I have a feeling that's what it's the same thing that happened. Because for those who don't know, Alec Baldwin shot a crew member on set of filming a movie.
He killed a guy.
Show. It was a lady, I believe.
Killed a lady.
Yeah, so it's a pretty sad situation. I guess he was really beaten up over it too, so it was like a big old thing. And yeah, it was the top actor that was Googled in 2021.
Yeah, I'm sure she was a little more upset.
Number 2 on the list was Pete Davidson. I wonder if it's because of Kim Kardashian.
Maybe. Didn't he have a movie that came out too? I don't know if it came out in 2021, but
yeah, I don't know if it came out in 2021. It was like the Staten Island something.
yeah, it was a great movie.
I never saw it.
There you go, Pete.
And then a couple of other ones on that list. But other than that, the top 5 passings, people who have died, the Googled top 5 passings.
Yikes.
Do you know who passed last year?
No.
The number 1 is DMX.
Oh, Jesus. Yep.
Did you forget? Do you
forgot.
remember?
Yeah.
I'm not that big into the genre, really, that he sang. I wasn't 100% familiar of what, like, songs at first when I heard that he died, but I don't know. He was the top 1. I guess it was a really big deal. I don't even remember when he died, to be honest, but number 1. Number 2 is, sorry if I'm not saying the name right, but Gabby Petito?
Gabby Potatoes.
She was the number 2. She was the one that everyone was talking about, that her boyfriend and her went on a trip.
Right.
Cross country, I believe, in like an RV or something. And I guess they were fighting on this trip, and he came back home. He flew back or something home by himself. And then Gabby's parents were like, where's our daughter? And he just hid in his room at his parents' house and just didn't say anything, never told anyone anything, and never explained what the hell happened. And so it was
what
like
a scumbag.
It was like a big old thing. And then after that, he was just closing himself off in his parents' house. And then after that, he just like fled, and then everyone was all like on a man search for him. Speaking of him, his name was Brian Laundrie. Laundrie?
Gabby Potatoes, Brian Laundrie.
And he's number 5, but who gives a shit about him? Because he fucking killed his girlfriend / fiance, I believe it was. Fiance. And he was a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's a shitty move, guy.
Because after the whole manhunt thing, he was found dead. I guess he shot himself or something, or at least that's what I believe I read a while ago. He went into hiding and shot himself like a fucking coward he is.
Yep. The old coward's way out.
Other than that, number 4 is Prince Philip. The sort of king.
Oh, yeah.
Or not king. Well, he's prince, but he was like side by side with the queen. So.
Yep.
He died. He looked very bad. I don't know how old he was. I'm pretty sure he was like up there, but he looked very bad towards the end.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Let me see. Oh, okay. TV shows and movies. Number 1, Squid Game. I feel like that one's so obvious. I feel like that one is just so obvious. Everyone and their mother was watching the Squid Game.
It was a good show.
It was a good show.
It was a good idea to bring it to us.
Number 2 was Bridgerton. 3, WandaVision. Cobra Kai and Loki was number 5.
Loki was good. I liked WandaVision.
Yeah, WandaVision was very, very much up there with Squid Game. I feel like everyone was kind of watching it. Everyone you talked to was watching it.
Yeah.
Okay. Side note, this is completely off topic, but I have a fun fact for you, Kevin.
Let's hear it. What's going on?
I found this really interesting, but I found this on Instagram, and it was apparently like a radio show with Howard Stern. Snoop Dogg had a interview with Howard Stern. Did you know that Snoop Dogg pays someone to roll his joints?
I do know that, actually.
You do?
Yeah, of course.
I've never heard that.
The man makes a good living.
That's crazy.
Sign me up, Snoop Dogg.
Imagine paying all your job is doing rolling up the number one weed guy known for weed and rapping.
Enthusiast. He's a weed enthusiast.
All of his joints. He says he doesn't have time to roll his own joints.
No, of course not. You see how much he smokes? There's footage of him smoking at the halftime show at the Super Bowl.
I know. Didn't he got a lot of shit for it, apparently? Or the NFL got a lot of shit for it or something.
Oh, bunch of prudes.
I don't know what else you would expect from Snoop Dogg, though. That seems like a given. Like Willie Nelson would if he was performing.
The NFL will peddle its alcohol, but look down on a little marijuana. Get out of here.
But yeah, I found that surprising that he pays someone to roll his joints.
Yeah, I think it gets like $50,000 a year or something like that.
Did you see the same
not
thing?
Bad. I mean, it's not terrible.
Did you see the same thing I saw then? Because he called him pro. He's an executive pro blunt roller is what he called him.
I could have that on my resume.
And Howard Stern asked him, well, how much does that job pay? And like he said, he's like, oh, well, that job pay is like 40 to 50K. And they're like shocked. I mean, that's a big deal, especially if that's your only job. Snoop Dogg was just like, yeah, if you're a professional at rolling blunts, you have a fucking stable ass fucking job with me.
That's for sure. He's probably the only person to pay for somebody to roll his blunts, but hey, at least he gets quality, right?
Okay, I have another fun fact.
Let's hear it.
Okay. I think I was listening to something on Instagram too, on feeds or something. But basically they were saying that there's like this famous photo of Abraham Lincoln's ghost.
Huh.
Did you know that? Did you hear that?
No, I did not.
That apparently not too long after he died, that his wife, Mary, got her picture taken, and the photographer, you know, once he developed the picture, he realized that Abraham Lincoln was in the picture. And it's a spooky fucking picture.
Interesting.
I'm going to post it on our social media, Instagram or Twitter or something.
Ooh.
And so that you guys could take a look. But it's creepy because you can clearly see a silhouette, and it looks just like Abe Lincoln. And he's standing behind his wife, Mary, and he has his hands both on her shoulders, I believe. You see him just standing and like kind of looking down on at her. And the photographer got super famous for this picture.
How have I not heard about this?
It's apparently a big old deal. Let me see if I can find it. Hold on.
That is crazy. Is he wearing his classic hat?
No, he's not wearing his famous hat. Okay, I'm showing the picture to Kevin. And this picture
that can't be real.
It's been like, that picture has been famous since the time that she took it. That not too long after he died. For some reason, she was getting her picture taken or something. And this picture became a huge thing. So it's like not something that cameras weren't even like a big thing back then. So it's like, and like the trick of Photoshop wasn't alive back then. So I don't know how this could have been captured, but I'm definitely going to post it on Instagram.
That's wild.
And so that you guys could take a look and see for yourselves of what I'm talking about. Because I saw it and I was like, no, this has to be fucking fake. But it's like, well, it's lasted for so many years. Like, obviously it's like a big old thing. And another thing with like Abe Lincoln is that he's, you know, constantly haunting the White House too. I don't know if you knew that was like,
oh, well, that answers my question. I was wondering where his ghost is hanging out these days, but he's chilling in the White House.
Apparently, like, that's like a well-known thing that he's constantly haunting the White House in his room, in the Abe Lincoln room.
The Abe Lincoln room.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know enough about the White House. I feel like I should know more. Like so he has his own room. Nobody else gets to stay there? Or is there a new presidential room for everybody else?
Well, it's not that no one could stay there. People stay there all the time, but they avoid sleeping in the room because of the ghost, apparently.
Interesting. Can we Airbnb at the White House?
I doubt it.
Do they have a little bed and breakfast?
I would love to do those tours. I don't know if they still do those like White House tours.
Oh, I'm sure.
But I would love to do one of those. It'd be cool to see like the Abe Lincoln room if they still show it or if they're too scared to show it or something. At least I get to ask someone, like tour guide personally, like, hey, is this true? Like, does Abe Lincoln haunt this place or is this all fucking a load of crock of shit?
What if he's like, no? No, he doesn't.
I'd be so upset.
It's George.
It's George.
It's George. It's not Abe. Everyone thinks it's Abe.
Well, and it's not like the room is sealed off or anything. People could, if they stay there or if like the president or like has any guests or the children of the presidents have ever stayed there, whoever sleeps in the room apparently always encounters something of the ghost or something like that.
You just wake up in the middle of the night and you hear 7 years. It's like, damn it, Abe, I'm trying to sleep.
Well, apparently, I don't know if he's like trying to scare anybody either. Too, it's just like that. Everyone always sees him. Either he's standing somewhere or walking by, and everyone gets just freaked out and runs and leaves.
Yeah, he was a big guy, wasn't he?
And he's tall. Yeah, so it kind of makes sense.
I guess in those standards, he was tall. I think people were just shorter back then. Wasn't he like 6'2" or something? And that's tall, but I mean, not. You think of tall, you think of 6'5" and above, right?
I don't know how tall is he? Let me check. That he was 6'4", which is
6'4", so he's still a giant.
That's tall.
That's a big boy.
For today's standards, that's still tall.
He's huge.
Compared to him, Barack Obama was 6'2", so he was 2 inches taller than Barack Obama.
Yeah.
I don't know. Fun fact, right? Interesting fact.
That is interesting. Marlena, let me ask you a question then.
What?
Do you believe in the spooky ghosts?
It's hard for me to answer just because I've personally have never seen one, but I also don't ever want to see one because it would freak me the fuck out. I would rather not have an encounter.
See, I don't believe in ghosts, and I would absolutely love to see a ghost. Like, change my mind. Come haunt me. Wake me up in the middle of the night. Shake me awake.
I have to deal with this often.
Yeah.
And it's a pain in the butt because...
I want a Ouija board.
I kind of believe that they're real. I think the only part of me that doesn't is because of the fact that I haven't seen one yet, but I also don't want to, but... Regardless, I had to deal with this guy because every time a ghost situation comes up, he's just like, oh, come haunt me, I dare you.
I welcome it.
And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Like, I don't want anyone to haunt me, and I kind of like exclaim out there,
no,
like,
don't haunt me.
Like, please, don't haunt me, don't come in this house. I don't want you to come over here and haunt us. Just, if you're going to haunt somebody, only haunt him. If he's the one that's asking for it, only haunt him.
Well, that's the thing, though. I mean, is it better to know than not to know? Right?
But, I mean, regardless, it's a scary thing to even say that you've witnessed it. I'm sure people...
I mean, does it have to be? What if you saw something like a relative or something who passed away, and you saw them just like, they look at you and they smile and then they disappear. Is that scary, or is that like a calming, reassuring? Is that like a very emotional thing?
Well,
it doesn't necessarily have to be some little girl standing at the end of the hallway and her hair's covering her eyes.
I mean, I wouldn't know until it happens, right? I wouldn't know if I...
I want to know.
Especially if it was like a family member. I would assume it would still be scary because the fact of the matter is that they're dead and they're not supposed to be standing there. And I'm fucking asleep. I don't want to not be able to go to sleep all night because
don't wake me up, Grandma. Keep to yourself.
I think my deceased family members know, if they're out there, that they should not come to me because they'd fucking scare the shit out of me. And I'm thankful for that. And hopefully that they know, because that's why I haven't encountered anything yet.
Yeah, I feel like, honestly, even if I did see a ghost, I'd probably think, well, there goes my mental stability. It's finally snapped. It's over. Time to
I
check me in.
I like scary movies. I like watching all those movies, those shows. I like watching like those psychics that can or cannot talk to ghosts. I'd like to believe that they're actually talking to ghosts. I mean, I think that's cool because if it's real, I mean that's a cool. It's like a fucking superpower. It's like a superpower.
Yeah.
So it's like a real life superpower that, you know, these psychics who talk to ghosts are actually talking, you know, through
If
to
they
ghosts
are.
and talking to their loved ones about, you know, the afterlife and all that stuff.
I think they are cuckoo. They're a little bit cuckoo.
I am positive there's a lot of fucking fake psychics out there,
You
but
crooks.
it's
Cronies.
kind of cool to see some of those like tell people, you know, stuff that they've never told anybody else about their loved one, and now this psychic is telling them, oh, all these different things. I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
Sure, yeah.
I think it would be cool to meet a psychic and see what they say, because then maybe that would heighten my believability of ghosts. I mean, wouldn't it for you? Like, especially
No.
if psychics were telling you, oh yeah, it's your grandma, and they, you know, they said, oh, I remember making those Lay's and ketchup sandwiches for you.
I'm like, who told you this? Immediately my thought would be like, somebody sabotaged this whole meeting.
Who gave her the podcast?
Yeah, this is a listener. The psychic's a listener.
But it's like, okay, well, if the psychic were to say that, okay, you'd brush it off. But it's like if they told you something that like only you and your grandma experience, or like a memory that you guys experience. Like,
I don't know.
That'd be cool.
I mean, sure, yeah. I just don't think that ever happens, right? I mean, sometimes like they'll say something. I just always feel like it was a little bit set up. You know? It was either a vague enough thing that you kind of gave away some answers to, you know, or it was set up, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I think they're con men.
I'm sure a lot of them are, but I don't know. It'd be cool to try to set something up with somebody like that if they're legitimate, or just to see if they are legitimate.
I'm gonna
see what they say.
I'd meet with a psychic wearing a college sweater that I don't attend, and see if they try to bring it up. And I'll start agreeing too. I'm like, oh, you go to college? Sure do, buddy. Sure do.
Oh my gosh. Well, I mean,
I majored in philosophy.
What do you guys think? Are ghosts real?
Are they?
Let us know. Tell us your ghostly encounters. Try to make a believer.
Stories.
Make a believer out of Kevin and I. I mostly believe in it, and then I don't know. Partially, I don't. But
I've had weird things happen too. Like where me and a buddy were making hamburgers in his kitchen, and we clear as day heard like a little girl laughing, like 10 feet away from us in the hallway. Like that's what it sounded like. It was coming from the hallway. But you know, I don't know. Maybe the sound came from outside. I don't know. Like there could be anything. You know, so there's always like those random encounters that people have like that where I think they're just like, oh, that's a ghost. That was a ghost. That happened. It was a ghost. And it's like, or some kids were playing hide and seek in your front yard.
Oh, that actually reminds me, speaking of ghosts, it reminds me of this other thing I saved on my phone that I wanted to show you. And it is definitely involving possibly a ghost.
Some ghouls.
At least
Nice.
that was the only explanation as to what happened in the video. But this is on video.
Okay.
And I guess it's in a pizza shop.
Uh-oh.
And
Pizzagate.
I'm not sure if I'll post this one or not, but basically it's a little surveillance video inside the pizza shop, and there's workers, you know, working at the counter, and there's a pizza cutter on like on a shelf behind them.
Sure.
And in the video, the pizza cutter flies off of the shelf and sort of in the direction of where these where the workers are working at, for no reason. And they react to it. They're like, "What the fuck was that? Where did that come from? Who the hell threw that?" And it's like kind of spooky because you kind of see it all on video. And I mean, I don't know what the explanation is to that. So let me show you, Kevin. If you look on the top right.
I am watching it. Oh.
Do you see it?
Yep, sure do.
What do you think of that?
I think that was a disgruntled ghost.
I'll play it again just so he could get another view of it. For the guy who completely does not believe in ghosts whatsoever. What happened there?
I think it's fake. I think there's a little wire attached to it.
My bad, it hit her in the head.
Yeah, it looks like it hit her in the head.
I
She grabbed her head.
I forgot that it hit her in the head. I thought it was just in the direction of her. But
I think it was
it
fake.
flew off of like the pizza rack behind them, and
Post it. Let the fans decide. Let the people, the listeners.
It hit the worker on the back of the head, which is crazy. And then someone commented that could have easily been a Final Destination kill.
Could have been.
I don't know. I thought that was crazy.
That's pretty wild. I think it's fake. I think all those videos like that are fake.
So, well, I mean, tell me, what do you think? What do you think happened there then?
I think there was probably a string attached to it, honestly.
So they purposely hit this girl in the back of the head.
Yeah,
for the video.
Gets more clicks, gets more views.
All right.
All of a sudden, people are going to that pizza shop, man. They want some ghost pizza.
Maybe I'll post it on our story or in our highlights in our Instagram.
Post it. Let them see it.
Or on Twitter, and you guys could be the judge and comment. But yeah, send us an email about your ghost stories and see, try to make a believer out of Kevin, because he does not fucking believe it for one bit.
And I love ghosts too. I really do. I watch ghost shows. I think it's a lot of good fun, especially when somebody gets possessed. It's like, look at you go. Look at you with your acting skills.
I think maybe you want them to be real.
Of
you
course
just want
I do.
Proof.
I think that would be very exciting. That would be very exciting as if like ghosts were actually a thing. But there's just no part of me that's like, yeah, ghosts are walking around with us. They're here too. It's just like there's no real evidence, And I know everyone's gonna say, oh, I mean, there's plenty of evidence. Go on YouTube, look it up. There's all the evidence you need. Is that not good enough? No, it's not. It is not good enough because we need to be able to scientifically measure this, and we need to be able to have a process where it actually repeats itself. Like if you hear your name and you're like, oh my gosh, that was a ghost. Like if there's a way for you to, if you could show me a video of you saying, say that again, and it says it again, and then you're like, say it a third time, and it says it a third time, then it's like, well, there's something there. There's something there, right? But there's no instance that is legitimate where a ghost just repeats itself and actually shows itself to you. There's just nothing, And they can say, oh, well, it takes a lot of energy and this and that. You can have a million reasons why. But it's like, well, I guess it's just not real then, right?
I mean, I think that's why there's so many non-believers, and then there's a lot of believers, because it's like you want it to be repetitive and all that stuff, but
I want it
for
to
the
be
people
real.
that study those things, they know that it can never be repetitive because
then that would prove it.
But then it's like I think it's hard to repeat it maybe, and
that's always the
why.
excuse, right? That's always the reasoning. It's like, oh, well, it takes a lot of energy. It's how can it manifest itself 2 days in a row?
It's not like you could attract ghosts. A lot of the times you hear that people go to places where there's already ghosts. It's not like you could attract the ghost to you and then like, do this 3 times in a row and let me record you. It's not like, I don't think they're fucking, I can't wait to make my existence, believable. Let me work with the scientists.
Wouldn't you want to, though? I mean, you're dead. What else is there for you to do? Wouldn't it be, like, if you're dead and you could still kind of mess with living people, like, wouldn't you? I totally would. Right? Like there's no way that I wouldn't be studied by people because it's just like I'm this crazy phenomenon. There's no way. Like, the amount of press my ghostly essence would get.
But
It would be all over the news. There would be scientists talking to me. I'll be sitting there having a ghostly cup of tea with scientists. And yeah, it's crazy. I see things, and it's like gray and shadowy. What do you guys see? You see normal? Oh,
I think if there was a perfect scenario of this exact experiment, and the exact thing that you want to happen, I think you still wouldn't believe it, because even the people that have all as much evidence as they think that they do still don't believe them. So it's like, at the end of the day, I don't think you'd believe it regardless. That's what I think. I think you're just,
no.
until you experience something personally, you're not going to believe it until then.
Well, sure. I mean, if a ghost picked up this box in front of me right now, lifted it into the air, and then set it down or threw it at my face or whatever they wanted to do after that, that would make a believer out of me. And no matter how many times I tell these ghosts to do that, it will never happen. It will never happen.
Okay.
Because they're not real. I'm talking to air.
Okay. Well, this conversation isn't going to go much further than that. Kevin, I think you had another random topic to discuss.
Did I?
Didn't you?
I guess so. I guess I got something for you guys. On the last episode, we talked about some weird drinking laws. So just to kind of, carry on, there's a few more of them. Obviously we didn't get through all 50 states. All right, so we have from Ranker.com, the weirdest drinking laws from around the world by Mike Rothschild. To top it off, happy hour is illegal. Sorry, guys. No more $5 shots, $2 beers. To cut down on DUI arrests and deaths, Alaska, Delaware, Hawaii, Indiana, Maine, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Rhode Island, Utah, Vermont, and Massachusetts have all banned happy hours.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're not going there. We're not going anywhere. Hawaii, come on.
That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Happy hour is the best hour.
It is.
Happy hour is the best hour. Discounted drinks.
And the food.
Oh, and the food.
It probably only counts with the drinks. I'm sure they just get rid of the whole thing because the drinks is like the main, draw, the main attraction to it.
I think like happy hour is probably created so that people could come during the week after work or something and get, try to get more business at, their bars or restaurants or whatever. And they created the happy hour to, promote more business during the week.
Of course, yeah.
Or slow hours of, or of the weekend too.
Yeah, it's to draw some people in, like you're sitting at home with nothing to do and it's like 3:00, like it's happy hour. Come on down.
I don't get why they would ban it though. I don't know.
I don't know if it works, but yeah, they're attempting to cut down on DUIs, so.
I guess it's because, I don't know. Maybe because they're just drinking more, try to drink as much as they can during the hour. And then they have to drive home.
Don't drive home, guys. Just get an Uber. Come on. Or Lyft. We're not sponsored.
That sucks. Happy hour? Not $5, but like $10 margaritas or $8 margaritas. And I feel like margaritas are always on the happy hour.
Yeah, they are. It's just ice and a little bit of liquor.
And like certain beers, like all the draft beers are $5 or something. That's so fun. Like, that's so cool. That's a lot of states.
Not in those states. That's quite a big handful of them.
That's a lot.
I'm surprised about Hawaii because I figured like people go to Hawaii and they like to drink, but no happy hour. Who drives in Hawaii? I guess you do. I don't know. I just picture Hawaii of me just sitting on a beach, so.
People got to work.
That's true.
Whoever lives there, who's working the resorts and all that, the hotels, all that stuff.
Yep.
The The ladies who are putting the lays over your neck when you arrive and all that.
Aloha.
Handing you a drink when you arrive.
Well, on the other side of the world, if you're planning a little vacation to Sydney, which would be nice, right? No shots after midnight.
What?
So, yeah, no shots after midnight. You got to get it in early.
That is the best time.
I know, that's when I'm already all,
That's before, like, the closing time. You have to get the last couple drinks before you go home. I mean...
Yeah. Well, here's their reasoning.
Yeah.
The laws are designed to curb alcohol-fueled violence. So Sydney bars cannot serve shots, doubles, drinks in a glass, or more than 4 drinks to one customer after 12. Even so, you can keep the party going until 3 there, provided that you beat the 1:30 a.m. lockout laws. So you can't show up at the bar after 1:30.
Doesn't sound like you could even drink when you get there anyway.
You could drink 4 beers. That's about it. That's what it kind of sounds like. But
you can't have anything in a glass unless it's in a bottle.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
what they're basically saying. Or a can, I suppose.
What?
Imagine getting a can at a bar.
You might as well just go to the fucking grocery store and get a pack.
You order a Coors Light, they hand you a can. There you go. That'll be $10.
Oh my, that's upsetting.
I
Some people don't even go to the bar until like 11 or to a club or something.
Well, better get those shots in early. Just get them quick.
That's fucking bullshit.
You got to order 5 shots right before 12 and just pound them. Just pound them.
And hopefully that lasts you until you leave.
I'm sure if it's 5 shots, you ain't going to remember anything. You'll be causing the violence that they're trying to get rid of.
They're just forcing people to drink as fast as they can, like the other one.
Yep.
As fast as possible.
Now you got to binge drink. Sorry.
Well, I have another article. It's related to drinking.
Oh.
It is from Audi.com. The name of it is 20 of the world's strangest drinking customs. It was by admin, so there's not a particular person that wrote it, but I thought, like the three things that I found were interesting.
Okay.
So number 1, Koreans have a custom that the most amount of alcohol in the world, much of it during after work outings with supervisors and coworkers.
Oh yeah, they get hammered.
That it should not be surprising that they have very strict drinking rules to respect during these times. For example, it is considered extremely rude to refuse a drink from your boss. Also, the youngest in the group, whether by age or rank, pours drinks for their bosses or elders.
Ooh.
So it's like top of the totem pole to the bottom of the totem pole.
Sure.
You can't refuse a drink.
I like that rule. That's a very respectful rule, you know?
It's very particular. I mean, everyone just drink whenever you want to drink and pour your own fucking drink.
Nah.
It's very, I mean, I guess.
I like it. I dig it.
So it's like, if you're just chilling with your family or something, you have to pour all the adults' drinks.
I am an adult.
First. Well, I mean, like all like your parents, your grandparents, and you can't refuse drinks from them. I don't know. It's just very particular. I mean, I think it's not the worst thing in the world.
Business thing, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. I kind of like it. I could dig it. You know, it's a little extra respect on it.
It's just a little strange drinking custom. Another one that I found that was interesting. It says, number 2, in some countries, shoes aren't just for walking.
Ooh.
Have you imagined drinking out of a shoe, Kevin?
I've imagined drinking out of a boot, because I have.
You have?
Yes. Are you talking about the German custom?
No.
Oh.
It says in Ukraine, but maybe they do it in other places too. They literally drink out of a shoe. That it's custom at weddings.
Ugh.
If a guest can steal one of the bride's shoes, they can demand that the other guest drinks from it. And Australians Australians also have a custom of drinking from shoes. It's called a shoey. That was my impersonation of an Australian shoey.
Oh, you were doing a thing.
A shoey.
You gotta say mate. Do they say mate? I don't know.
A shoey. Usually an entire can of beer is poured into the shoe and then someone chugs it.
That
Yuck.
just drink it. I don't know.
That's gross.
We used to have a glass. I don't know who had it. Somebody had it. But we used to have a glass boot that we would, drink out of.
A
Only
glass
a couple
boot?
of times. Yeah. It was a glass-sized boot. A boot-sized glass. Yeah. Yeah. It's Das Boot.
Huh.
From some movie. I
But
don't know. I don't know if it's
drinking
a real German thing.
Drinking out of a real fucking shoe? That's disgusting.
That sounds gross. And why are you going
Sweaty.
to harass the bride? Like, she spent a lot of money on those shoes, probably.
Oh,
right?
they're ruined.
And you're just going to jack her shoes and just to get your bro to fucking drink out of it? It's messed up, dude.
Ugh.
It's messed up.
That's gross.
Who started that tradition, you weirdo?
I don't know.
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be offensive to people that really hold those customs dear.
Well, for those of you who have heard of this or have seen this custom of drinking out of the shoe, is it still a thing? Do people still do that? Email us and let us know and tell us a story because this is kind of gross, guys. I don't know why you do it. If you guys still do it. The third one on the list is... Oh, okay. This one's probably worse than the last one.
Let's hear it.
It's a place in particular.
Okay.
In Dawson City, Canada, you can get any alcoholic cocktail with a mummified human toe floating in it.
What?
Did you hear that? Let me repeat it. In Dawson City, Canada, you can get any alcoholic cocktail with a mummified human toe floating in it.
Oh, man. I have to try it.
What? What?
How many mummy toes do they have? Or are they just like they run out of mummy toes? Do they switch to diabetic toes now? The ones that just fall off your uncle's feet?
The bizarre tradition was the invention of Captain Dick Stevenson. Stevenson was a captain of a Yukon riverboat when in 1973 he and some of his friends discovered a preserved toe in an abandoned cabin. To satisfy the challenge of the sour toe cocktail and become a member of the elite club of people who you have to satisfy one rule. Drink it fast, drink it slow, but your lips have got to touch the toe.
Ugh.
Ooh,
You gotta give a little kiss to the toe, guys.
Gross. That,
Just a little right at the end.
this place in Dawson City, apparently it's only in this one bar that they do this. From what I read, that people literally go to the city just so that they could go to this bar and do it.
That's what makes me want to go to. Where is it called? What's it called?
It's located at Downtown Hotel's Sourdough Saloon in Dawson City, Canada.
Dawson City, Canada. You freaks out there. Look at you guys.
A mummified human toe.
Oh, man. I have to try it. This is ridiculous.
Why?
I gotta smooch the Tootsie.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
Because it's a thing. It's a thing that obviously people do that this place is known for, Otherwise, why do you go to Dawsonville, Canada?
That's disgusting.
Of course it is.
You want a dead toe to? You want a drink? It's
floating in those dead juices.
Its juices are sitting in your drink.
Oh, it's a mummy. It's already dried up.
Juice. It's
not juices. It's dust.
You're marinating it in your drink. and you're drinking it.
Hey, I'm not judging them. I'm not judging them. I just have to try it now.
Why do you have that? Why do you want to try
That's
this?
our next vacation. We're
Oh,
going to
fuck
Canada.
that.
Oh, Canada.
No.
We will drink your toe drinks.
No. No, thank you. I'll take a picture of you doing it. If they still do that, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, that's disgusting. What was the rest of this? It says the drinking challenge is apparently near and dear to many. The hotel has received donations
Ooh.
of 10 mummified toes to ensure the sour toe cocktail lives on. I was gonna say, like, wait.
Drink my dead grandpa's toe.
I'm like, how do they have all this supply of mummified toes? But I guess people donate.
Hell yeah, dude. If you got a mummy, you know what to do.
If you got a mummy.
It's it's got some toes. Just crack a few of them off. Send them over.
All right. We're putting this in a FedEx folder and shipping it to Canada.
Just mail it over to those Canadians, man. They need it. I need this.
Gross. Allegedly, in 2013, someone intentionally swallowed the original toe.
Uh-oh.
The original.
The original toe, man. You had to ruin it for everybody.
Since the 70s? Since the 1973. In 2013.
Name him. Let's dox this fella.
There's no name.
Yeah, you shouldn't name him anyways. Well, guy, come on. Come on, man.
Yuck. He swallowed it.
Dude, you know how many lips have been on that toe? How are you going to swallow it, dude?
But that's more than mummified. I don't know how they preserved these for so long, but it's like more... who knows how long the fucking toe was mummified for, but before the 1973 when it started.
I can't imagine not puking after taking that shot.
That's disgusting. It's a cocktail, okay? It's not even a shot.
Oh, I thought it'd be quick.
No, it's a drink.
Well, I have to do what I have to do.
That's disgusting. You can do that by yourself. I'll take a picture of you to make sure that it haunts you forever.
We'll take a video. We'll post it on the Instagram.
Okay, you want to know what else is disgusting?
Yes.
Another article I found. Disgusting. Disgusting. The New York Daily News. I found it on their website by Rocco Parascandola.
Okay.
First of all, there's a video. And I'll show you the video later. Unfortunately, I don't have it handy right now. But it's a video. And the video and this article is called Stranger, it speaks for itself. Stranger smears woman with human feces in New York City subway station.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
No. That's awful, though. That's the second time I've heard about something like that. Happened in Hollywood, too.
In Hollywood?
Yeah, a homeless guy had a bucket of feces.
Oh.
And he opened some lady's door to her car and just fucking...
Flung the whole bucket? Like a whole bucket?
Dumped it all over the lady.
Oh. Why?
You thought you had a bad day, guys.
Why?
I don't know. He was deranged. He was saving his poop in a bucket for who knows, like how long, how many times do you have to poop?
He did it just to fucking
He knew.
Spite.
Maybe she ran over his foot one day or something. You know.
No.
So he held that grudge. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna save my shit from now on.
This must be a fucking trend because if you've heard this story more than once.
How do we know it's not the same guy? What if he went across the country and now he's in New York repeating his antics? Maybe he found her. Maybe she moved across the country. We don't know if it's the second time that it's happened to this poor woman.
Oh, come on. Let's get over this spiral you're going on. It says a woman waiting for the subway train in the Bronx was smeared with human feces by a stranger in a revolting caught on camera attack.
Oh, I have to watch this video.
It is disgusting. I'll try to find it and I'll show it to you. And it's a 43-year-old victim. She was minding her business, sitting on the bench on the Manhattan-bound platform.
Dude.
at the train station when she was attacked without warning at 5:15 at night on February 21st.
That'll ruin your day.
So this wasn't that long ago. And the shocking video released Monday shows the guy walking down. So this is the lady sitting down on a bench, and she's walking down, and she's on her. And I'm sorry, he's walking down. She's on her phone, sitting on the bench, waiting for the fucking train. And he's walking, and he has a bag in his hand, like a little, like almost like a dog poop bag. It's like that size.
Yeah,
and you could see him unfolding the bag over his hand, like he's opening the bag up, right?
Oh no.
And you know, at first you're like, oh, what the hell is going on with him?
Is that delicious brownie?
Messing with the fucking bag in his hand. And he walks over to her and just, he's like amping himself up for it. He's like ready. Like you just see him like, all right, this is my victim. And he's unwrapping the fucking shit in his hand. He just walks up to her casually and smushes it in her face.
That is terrible.
And he kind of does it violently. Like you see him.
There's no non-violent way to do this.
He pushes it in her face, like kind of almost like in a suffocating way. And she's like, what the fuck? And she drops her phone on the floor, and she's just trying to get him away. And every time he's like trying to push her away, you know, he finally stops for a second. And like, as he's walking away and goes behind her, she's just trying to wipe off the shit from her face. He goes over from behind her as he's walking away and pushes it against her from behind on the back of her head too.
Jesus
And
Christ.
tries to wipe it down her back too. What fucking shitty person, literally shitty person would do that?
Did they catch him?
No.
Oh no, he's out there?
He's the fucking shit bandit or something.
Oh no, the stinky bandit.
But yeah, he rubbed the bag of shit on her head 2 more times, smearing it further before running off.
That is fucking terrible.
And you just see him continuing running off. And then they catch a snapshot of him, like kind of slowing down his pace. And so there's like a snapshot of his face. He looks like a fucking idiot.
Sure does.
He's wearing like a do-rag and like a hat and like has a backpack, and I don't know if he's homeless. I don't know why else.
Poop bags in that backpack.
I don't know why else he would hold a bag of shit in his hand, unless it was like a dog shit and he just decided to pick it up and was like, you know what, I'm gonna teach some fucking bitch a lesson. Is
it better if it's dog shit than human shit?
No.
It's just bad either way.
No, there's no winning. Would you rather, question, Kevin? Would you rather get a piece of dog shit rubbed in your face or my shit?
I would rather die. I choose death.
That wasn't the question.
Well, it's always the answer.
Human feces. That's always the answer. With human shit, Kevin, or dog shit. You have to pick.
No, I'm not.
You have to.
You pick.
No, I'm asking you. You asked which is worse.
No, I'm done. I don't want to do that. That's gross. That's terrible. That is awful that happened to that woman. For no reason. That's crazy.
That's so sad.
Well, let's play devil's advocate here.
Oh, God.
What if her dog pooped on that dude's lawn and she didn't pick it up? And he was like, yo, you going to pick that up? And she said, fuck you. And then she just went about her day, went to work, was waiting for her ride back, and that guy found her. And he's like, you fucker. No, I'm just kidding. That didn't happen. That is terrible. Oh. That is terrible.
Oh, my God. Let me see. It says that there have been similar unprovoked feces attacks.
Similar?
Yes. And that...
What's going on, guys?
I guess in that attack, they arrested somebody in the homeless shelter. So that guy was homeless.
He doesn't have enough going on.
Yeah. That's a shitty situation, that's for sure.
Nice.
That's a shitty situation. I can't imagine. If someone did that to me, I wouldn't know what to do.
Just give up?
I wouldn't know what to do. Speaking of would you rather, I have a couple would you rather questions for you.
Oh, goodness. Let's hear them.
Aren't these segues great?
Hop on my Segway. Let's go.
Okay. Would you rather win 100K or
Yes.
or let your best friend win 250K?
You know what, guys?
He's contemplating.
We're all in this alone. 100K. Bam.
That's not what it was.
I want the 100K.
70K for you or 250K
You
for
said
your
100K.
friend. Or let your best friend win 250.
Guys, rewind this and let me know what she really said. 70K is a lot of money. Maybe my boy will. What if I explain the situation to my boy and I'm like, hey, dude, you can have the rest as long as I get that 70. Yeah, I choose the 250. Spread the love.
Oh, how sweet.
But only if I get something out of it.
Well, I guess you would hope that your best friend would give it to you, but there's no requirement that they'd have to give you any.
Come on, dude.
It's a good deed at the very least.
Help me out, brother.
I mean, if your best friend found out that you gave them that 250K, you would want to give them some too. Maybe not the whole 250, but some of it. Maybe 10. Not 70. Just 10.
Yeah.
Hey, I'll give you a fucking
A small percentage of it.
Small percentage, but I'm gonna fucking buy myself a Tesla. Fuck you. I'll buy you a beer. Give you 10K.
Take me out for a steak dinner. You can have your 250K.
Okay, Kevin. Doo-doo-doo. Would you rather drink a cup of blood or a cup of saliva?
Blood. 100% blood. Saliva's gross. It's
I
in your
know.
mouth. Blood, it's like, oh, well, it's all over your body.
I feel
Where
like
is it extracted from?
not specific.
A boil?
It's an
'Cause
unknown.
that's gross.
It's an unknown cup of blood and unknown cup of saliva. It's a
Well,
mystery.
saliva still comes from the mouth. Blood. Get a little iron in you. That's an easy one.
Yeah, I
Easy.
feel like that one's an easier one. It just seems they're both gross, but like you said, at least it just doesn't come from. It's just, especially too, like saliva's like thick.
Some mouth.
It's thick and
Blech.
doesn't go down right. At least you could chug a cup of blood, right? It'll just go
It's
smoother
probably
down.
creamy.
Creamy. Ew.
Like
Did
a
you
nice,
say yum?
like a nice bisque.
Ew.
Just a blood bisque.
Ew. Saliva would be like foamy and fucking
Yeah, we
thick.
don't need to hear all the details, lady.
Are you grossed out?
You're grossing everybody out.
Okay, the next one. Would you rather always be late or always be unprepared?
That's the same thing.
No.
Yeah?
No.
If you're late, you're unprepared.
No. You're always late to parties, but that's fine. But unprepared is like I don't know.
Show up without my pants.
No, like let's
On
just
time,
say
but no shoes.
like let's just say you, I don't know, thought it was gonna be hot outside. You wear hot, shorts, t-shirt, but then it
It's a
starts raining.
snowstorm.
Yeah, it starts raining or something, or I don't know, and you're just fucked.
I guess late. But then you'd lose your job. Every job. Like, what job allows that?
Or like if you were you were late for the interview, but you were fully prepared for the interview, or the
No.
opposite, you were on time, but you were completely unprepared for the interview.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. I feel like no matter what, you're losing your job.
I guess I guess rather be. I don't know. That's hard. I don't know. What do you guys think? Let us know. I maybe would pick late. Always late.
Yeah.
Because sometimes, I guess I'm already sometimes late now. So, I mean, I guess it's not too much of a difference. Okay, next one. It's the last one, I guess. Would you rather have a wish granted today or have 3 wishes granted in 10 years?
Easy. Today.
So 1 wish
Yep.
today
I don't got that
instead
kind
of
of patience.
waiting for 10 years, but you get 3 wishes.
Check it out, everybody. The future is never guaranteed. Take your blessings right now. Seize the moment.
What would you wish for your 1 wish?
Money.
How much?
I don't know.
What would your
All of
exact
it?
wish be?
I don't know. That's a tough one. Money's the obvious choice, right?
Yeah, I guess
So I
that's
feel like
everyone's
that's not, like-
obvious.
Yeah, because like what will make everything easier? Money, right? Everything else is like you wish for something that the money could have already bought you or given you. Like, you know, oh, I wish I had a big house. Well, money would have solved that and more.
Yeah, or like maybe like the knowledge to be able to, or like build businesses and like be financially stable.
I think if you couldn't wish for money, I think I would want like a photographic memory.
Yeah, so knowledge.
Remember everything. Read a book. Know it all. Read it once and you know it forever. But that doesn't necessarily mean you comprehend it though. But it's helpful.
You could, I would assume that would mean you would be able to comprehend it.
No. You would just be able to cite it. You know, you can say equals MC squared all you want, but what does it mean?
But it's part of your memory at that point. You'd memorize it.
Yeah, sure. Memorizing something doesn't mean you comprehend it.
I think it does though.
No, I don't think so.
Because it's just stuck in your brain now. How else?
Yeah, but like that's like looking at a picture, right?
How does that relate?
Because it doesn't mean you know. You can read. Okay, so say you picked up a textbook, right? You picked up a science textbook, and you just read something about photosynthesis. Does that mean you now understand photosynthesis, right? And I'm saying something very basic, but like, does that like you grasp the concept of it just because you read some paragraphs?
I would think so.
Well, then pick up a science book and start reading.
If I had photographic memory.
Well, I mean, that's kind of the thing, though. Like, it doesn't mean, I don't know.
It's like studying for a test, right? You could study.
Tests are nonsense. It's just memorize this. That's why, like,
But that's how you learn, apparently, right?
No.
You study something, you read the book, you study it, you learn it.
No,
because you read it.
You're just reciting from memory. That's all tests are. They're not trying to show your knowledge on a subject. It's just like what you can memorize, what you can cram into your skull during that period of time. A lot of people do it. They get straight A's doing that shit. But then, you know, like, it's like, what do you really know? I don't know. I don't think memory is the same as actually knowing something and understanding something.
That's all the would you rather questions that I have.
Well, great.
So I think that's all that we have for today then.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thank you so much.
We really appreciate it. I hope you enjoy today's podcast.
Send us an email and review. Share the if you like our podcast, share it with other people. You know, we'd like to
share it
get
with your family and your buddies.
A larger an audience. I know we're brand new, but I mean, spread the word. Review, follow, subscribe, like. That would be much appreciative.
Hell yeah.
Show your support. We appreciate it a lot. Thank you guys so much for supporting us so far. I mean, we've only had a few episodes out already, and you know, you guys are showing so much support, and we're so happy. We're so thankful, and anything you can do to pass it along, it'd be great. Or
just keep listening.
Yeah. But yeah, thank you so much. Send us an email about any topics you want us to discuss. And
let's hear them.
See you guys next time.
Bye.
Goodbye.